friends, Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa String Works Workshop. Today is Tuesday, July 19th. We'll be playing this evening at Dickey's Barbecue in Rolla, Missouri, starting around 6 o'clock and go to about 8:30 or so. If you're in the area or can stop by on your way down 44, be sure to do that. You'll have a good time, I'm sure. I think Bill Webb from Texas, he's staying at our rental property up there right now. I think he's going to be there this evening as well. Regarding the live collaboration with the Chapmans down in Springfield, Missouri at the Acoustic Shoppe, that will be this coming Thursday, the 21st. And as far as I can tell, we're going to try to start the live stream around noon. So, be a little lenient on that, but I think it's going to start right around noon. It's going to stream live on their channel, and it's going to stream live on my channel simultaneously. At least that's the present goal. So we'll see how that goes. I know how, all that live stuff goes, trust me. Been there, done that. And you're kind of a little bit at the mercy sometimes. An update on the projects that I'm presently working on. Here is the look of the Mandolin now. It's getting better. If I get it out of the light, you can't really tell that it's been fixed. But in the light there, you can see the patch right now. Let me explain something to you. You've heard me rant a lot of times about these fillers and sealers and that they just don't work. So you might think, well, you've put one application on there. Well, you'd be wrong. I put one coat of lacquer sanding sealer on here, which has got stuff in it. I mean, it's got like fillers and stuff. It's kind of an opaque color. It doesn't really look all that clear when you put it on. Especially, it looks kind of milky when you put it on. And it dries fairly quickly. Then I've applied already 4 coats of brushing lacquer, and that's a pretty thick lacquer. So if it's a sanding sealer, if the word sealer gets to be put in the name, you'd think it would do what it says it does, seal. Now, keep in mind, this is a piece of maple, which is about the least porous wood there is on the planet. I'm sure there's something that's less porous than maple, but there's not many woods that are less porous than maple. Maple has very tight grain, and so there's very few little tiny pores. Yet it didn't seal very good, especially after the sanding sealer. It didn't even look like it had a finish on it once that dried. Then I put the first coat of lacquer on there. Didn't look like it had much on there at all. Second coat, a little better. This third coat now of lacquer sanding sealer, you can tell. So that's actually 4 coats of some sort of sealer or lacquer. And it's still not quite there. Yeah, that's my rant about sealers and lacquers and things. They just don't do what they say they do. If they did, I'd be just tickled with them. I think it should be outlawed that you can't call it a sealer unless it technically seals. I mean, that's just me, but who am I? Regarding the fiddle, it's looking pretty good. I hand fitted this tail pin in there. I also glued up the back here. The back was loose, and I opened that up, cleaned it out, got that all glued and clamped, and that's set overnight. And then I also hand fitted this new pin in there. The old pin was just loose as ashes, and they had crammed a lot of fabric in there actually to keep it tight. But that's where your strength comes from. This is not the place to compromise anything. So if you have a fiddle and you can see your pin, is loose or pulling up or whatever, you need to fix that, because that's something that will cause other things to break. It'll cause your top to crack. It'll cause your block on the back there to bust out. It'll cause your back and your top to come loose. This is really where a lot of strength comes from, and you want that in there fitting perfectly, and you want it tight. You'll see a future video on how I fit those, and how I do it is different than just about everybody else I know, but it ensures an absolute black and white perfect tight fit. And like you can use a reamer and a peg cutter, but you can overdo those, and it's really hard to get those to fit perfectly tight. I mean, you can do it, don't get me wrong, and I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that know exactly how to do that. But your average person's going to either get that too tight or too loose. It's rare when you're going to hit it perfect with that method. This method, while it takes longer, it's going to guarantee you hit it exactly perfect. So anyway, that's the name of that tune. I think today, if I have time, I'll be putting the strings back on this because I don't think there's anything else. I did also repair a crack right here, and as far as I can tell, that's it on the cracks. I think it's pretty good shape. So hopefully we'll get that strung up yet today, and maybe you'll see that tomorrow. Well, I think that's going to be about it for the vlog for today. If you can make it into Rolla this evening, we'd love to have you. We'll see you tomorrow.